What's going on YouTube? It is Dom back again for another episode of the world's most thought-provoking talk show, guys. And so today, what I want to talk about is diversity important, right? Is diversity important in anything in the world? And I know this is an extremely nuanced question and I could go super deep, but I'm going to try and keep it superficial. And that's really my question for the day. Is diversity important? All throughout my life, almost anywhere I've ever been, I've almost always been like one of maybe 3 black people. When I got to college, I was maybe one of only 2 black people. And then like nowadays, I'm usually the only black, so I'm in the Army, right? So I'm usually the only black officer where I'm at. And then now, yeah, I'm definitely the only black officer, right? Like, but I do bring a lot to the table. Like, I don't think like anybody else. I don't move, I don't talk like anybody else. So I give perspectives that nobody else can think of. You know, if you're building a team, right, I forgot who I was telling this to. It's like, if I'm building a team, the first person I'm gonna put on my team is somebody who doesn't think like me. Because if everybody thinks like me, then there's no way I'm gonna get the best answer. It's like having a whole bunch of yes men, right? If everybody thinks the same, you can't really get the best answer. Is diversity important? I think so. And this is coming from my perspective, right? And this is very unrefined, unthought, but I feel like I've been able to bring a lot of things to the table that other people couldn't bring. Do I think that another white guy could bring what I bring? Holistically, culturally, no. They might be able to do the same job, but won't be able to do it the same way I do it. However, I do hear the argument that the most qualified person should always get the job. However, I know there are a lot of communities of African Americans that do not get the opportunities that I have gotten. Right, I was very lucky. I was very just lucky that my mom was just in a good neighborhood and I was in a good place. And even in a good place, you know, I still have to make that decision to do the right things, to put myself in the right positions. However, I think there's just a huge information influx that kind of has to happen. I think there's a huge, I don't know if information influx is the word, but you have to be cultured in a way. I have family members who have been in and out of jail because of their environment. And then who put them in their environment? Is it really their fault? Like, sometimes you're not armed with that information. You don't have the mindset. And I was just lucky and blessed to be in a certain mindset. And I don't want to move this conversation to affirmative action, all these other things. But I do think that if certain people were in a different environment, they could have bloomed as well as I did. And I was just plain lucky. It was just God. It was just all glory be to God that I even had the opportunities that I had. I'm wicked smart. It's all glory be to God. Like, it's all because of God and my mom, right? And my dad. So yeah, I wanted to ask the question, you know, and it's so hard to look at something from somebody else's shoes, right? I'm a black guy, right? And so you automatically think, oh, he's black, of course he's gonna think diversity is important. You know, he's black, he's the minority. But sometimes, you know, you gotta ask, yeah, are there any other people that see any benefit to working with somebody that doesn't think like them or look like them? Do they feel any benefit, or do they feel that I only wanna work with people that think like me and look like me, you know? Or maybe it's not that simple. Maybe I'm oversimplifying it. I'm generalizing it, and it could be something that's actually bigger than what I'm saying. They could just dumb it down to, hey, I just want to work with the most qualified person. I don't think that this person should get another opportunity just because they're black. But sometimes, you know, I know that if you weren't just lucky enough to be in the right place, you just won't get it. And I feel like right now in the world, there are more white people, or people that aren't black, who aren't black, that have more opportunities. Sometimes it's just like America. I think America's great. I think America's great because a lot of opportunity here, man. But I think it's a hard question. I think it's a very hard question. Is diversity important? So anyway, guys, that's the end of my video today. If you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, you gotta drop them in the bottom. If not, I think that sounds like thunder.